What is going on, my salty home gymmers? I am super excited to bring you the review of the brand new RitFit leg extension leg curl machine. If you're looking for a review of this company's leg curl leg extension, or if you're just in the market for a leg curl leg extension machine, keep it right here. You're in the right place. Because after using this machine, I can absolutely tell you that this design is gonna change the game. And I'm gonna talk about why in this review. But first, let me do a quick rundown of the assembly and the materials, your footprint, and things like that. If you feel like skipping ahead, I always say you're not gonna offend me. So when I got this box, much to my surprise, it was a little on the heavy side, which is a good thing. It means you're getting nice, sturdy, heavy materials. And if you've watched my other video, you'll be happy to know RitFit has fired their packing grease guy and since hired a very aggressive bubble wrap guy. I have been assembling equipment all week long. Assembly was surprisingly easy, and what a relief it was. And the tightening of a few bolts, I was finished. Now, the base of your machine is coming in at 43 inches wide by 50 inches long. And full disclosure, these are my measurements. And included in my base measurement is your 2-inch plate horn. At its tallest, this machine stands at about 43 inches tall. So if you wrap all that up, it also means
I can deny it no longer. I am small.
You're getting a really small footprint and you're saving room in your home gym. Let's talk about some materials for a minute. As I said before, the materials on this thing are pretty solid. Now, this is a home gym machine. It's not a commercial machine. So of course, I always limit my expectations for the quality steel that I'm gonna receive. But I must say, I'm very pleasantly surprised. And I'd say the gauge steel is right up there with what you're receiving from companies like Titan and brands like that. You're definitely not receiving janky materials with this machine. So you can put that fear to bed. And that was very relieving for me because a lot of times these budget brands give you very thin gauge material. They'll say it's one thing and then you receive another. I've talked about this on I don't know how many videos I've done. This is not the case. I didn't look on the website to see because quite frankly with that issue, I didn't want to. I wanted to experience it for myself. So I can't tell you what gauge steel this is, but I can tell you this is a solid piece. One thing I can tell you is that after I assembled it, I couldn't wait to use it. Come on! Now, one obvious function of this machine is your leg extension, which has a nice wrapped pad and allows me to adjust all the way back for that nice deep stretch on the movement. All in all, it's a pretty good feeling leg extension. And of course, the other function of this machine is the leg curl, which RitFit, among other things, which we'll get into later, is doing completely different than other companies typically are doing with these plate-loaded leg curl leg extension machines. And that being having your leg curl be prone. And while you're prone, you have these two nice handles here in the front to hold on to and a pad right at mouth level to bite onto during those painful deep stretches. Another thing I wanted to talk to you about is this component right here. See, these pendulum style plate loaded leg curl, leg extension, home gym machines started to appear about 5 years ago and exploded onto the market. And as their popularity grew, more and more people noticed this issue. The resistance drop off at the top of the rep or the bottom of the rep, depending on what exercise you're doing. And that's because these machines operate on a pendulum. What RitFit has done is resolve that issue with this cable machine that hooks to the back of the weight horn, causing it to move in the opposite direction of the exercise. And that way, your weight and your resistance and your tension is always pulling down and there's no resistance drop off, no matter what exercise you do. And I can promise you this component is gonna be replicated. But I can also tell you that it's done absolutely excellent here. I can also tell you that this mechanism is super quiet during the exercise. I'm gonna take my microphone off and use the shotgun mic that I have on my phone and turn the music off so you can hear absolute silence that this machine gives me during the exercise. Hey, you interrupted my video. That's how quiet this machine is. It is that smooth, which is crazy impressive. Of course, I gotta be fair. I gotta talk about a couple minuscule things I just wasn't fond of on this machine. So number one, these rear pads are just a little on the small side, which kind of is about what you'd expect from a small footprint home gym machine. But the main thing that I didn't like about the pads is there's no height adjustment. And I really didn't realize this until my wife, who's about 4'11", 4'10". Don't tell her I told you that. Sat down on this machine and she had a little bit of trouble with it to the point I had to put an extra pad behind her. The bottom seat doesn't adjust either. It's pretty much one size fits all. So if you are vertically impaired, just be aware that you might need some extra support with this machine. RitFit has this on sale right now for $334, which to be honest with you is an insane deal. And it's receiving a rating of 4 0.65. Repeating, stars. Again, it's my rating system. If you don't understand my rating, just know that it gets a thumbs up from me. Well done, RitFit. Well done.